So we only prosecute state crimes, even though we're the Jackson County District Attorney's Office. And we handle all different types of criminal cases. And we also have a victim assistance office and a child support division.
Hello, I'm Bill Mance, and thank you again for joining us for County Close-Up. We're here today with our District Attorney, Beth Heckert. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me over here.
What's a District Attorney do?
So we prosecute state crimes. So you have city attorneys that are doing city crimes, Medford Municipal Court, Ashland Municipal Court. So we only prosecute state crimes. Even though we're the Jackson County District Attorney's Office. And we handle all different types of criminal cases. We don't do any civil cases. And we also have a victim assistance office and a child support division that helps people with their child support when they're having difficulty getting that.
I know that you have 3 divisions, and I'm just going to ask you a little bit about each one and just kind of give us a little bit of an overview of each one. So you have a criminal division. So what does your criminal division do?
So that's our largest division. Our most employees are devoted to the criminal division. And those are the attorneys and the support staff that actually handle all of the day-to-day cases. So we appear at arraignments every day of the week, five days a week for court. We make all kinds of other types of court appearances. We're preparing cases. We're talking to victims and witnesses. We advise police. We're filing those cases with the court and then preparing them for trial or for plea negotiations. Most cases resolve in a plea negotiation, so we're working through that as well, trying to figure out what we want out of a particular case or what we think is appropriate.
Then you have a family support division. So tell us a little bit about that.
So family support is child support, basically. So they deal with the child support cases in Jackson County. And there are 2 places in Jackson County that handle child support. So my office handles the cases that aren't on public assistance. And the attorney down there files probation violations or contempts if someone's not paying their support and they've tried to work with them and they just can't get them to pay. They also handle modifications, so maybe the circumstances changed from when the person got their orders from the court and now they've lost their job or they have a job that pays more, their circumstances have changed, so they handle those issues as well. Establishing paternity they do. So a really variety of issues that have to do with basically supporting children and families in our county.
And then the third one is victim services. So tell us about that, because that's really a little different than the other 2, I think.
The criminal division works probably the closest with the victim assistance folks, and that's where our advocates are. So we have some people who specialize in restitution, and they'll work with victims to get the documentation in order to submit that to the court for restitution. And then we also have victim advocates who just work directly with victims to try to explain the process to them, help them through it, answer questions. We actually assign an advocate to a case, so you're dealing with the same person over and over again. So you don't just get a new person every time. You have to explain to them what the circumstances of your situation were. So you actually have someone who is familiar with the case, can reach out to you as well. So we're answering their questions, but sometimes we're just calling them up to inform them of what new court dates are occurring or some plea negotiations or anything else that's happened in the case. And often when the attorneys meet with victims, they'll bring in the advocate as well. So that works great to have that person who's been talking to them on a regular basis there to kind of maybe they don't know what to point out, but they've been talking to the advocate about what their concerns are, but then when the attorney asks them, they go like, oh, I don't have any concerns. So the advocate can be like, oh, remember you said you were really worried about cross-examination. Right. Maybe she can explain cross-examination to you. So it works well just to have that extra kind of input to hopefully help people get through the process with as little stress and anxiety as we can.